I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Alright, y'all, we're here. We're live. You're watching Buster Unmasked. And before I even get into it, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to my wife and all the other mothers out there in the world. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Guys, you know what you got to do. You got to like this video. You got to share this video. And you got to go to Buster H.R. Johnson on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. Do that. That is the most important part. Go to Buster H.R. Johnson on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Hit that little red bell. That way you don't even have to worry about content. You'll know when it's out. Guys, we're not going to waste any time. It's all about New Wave here today. Not just New Wave in the wrestling business, but the brand new Wave School of Wrestling. But before we do that, I got to promote these upcoming podcasts, and then we'll get this thing underway.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you. Choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back.
I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that.
I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad.
All right, y'all, you seen it right there. Got a lot of good podcasts coming up. Got more to be added for July. I'll probably be adding those probably maybe by Wednesday, if not by the next week's podcast. I'll start adding more of them. Got to get them all done. Guys, tonight it's all about the new wave. Let me just say this. These guys are ruling the wrestling business around the Memphis Mid-South area, especially Memphis Wrestling. And now they're taking over the future of professional wrestling. The new wave are opening up a brand new wrestling school. Let me get that straight. A brand new wrestling school called New Wave Wrestling School. And look, here's the deal. I'm bringing to you WWE ID prospect, Memphis Wrestling star AaRON Roberts, and Memphis Wrestling star and one of the most talented guys in the entire wrestling world, the chosen one, ZAY Robinson. Zay, I am so sorry about that. Zay Washington. Do y'all want me to pull y'all down and us redo that, or do you want to leave it like it is?
You good, man.
All right, Zay Washington.
Roberts.
They might as well be a Roberts, man. Y'all been together forever, guys.
Yeah.
So look, before we even get started, we're already getting comments. Let's run through some of these. All right, AaRON, this one's for you. Mark McGee says, maybe AaRON Roberts can tell me why the legendary Mad Dog, the legend of Markomania, is still waiting for you to accept his friend request, AaRON. You ain't accepted. You ain't accepted Mark McGee's friend request. You know he's the cousins to the Butcher for Sean and them, right?
No, I don't know nothing about that. My bad, Mark. I'll get on that, bro.
You gotta get it done, AaRON. They already own you. Mark McGee's back said I got it pushed, got the notification bell. Mark, I appreciate you tuning in as always. I appreciate you sharing all my content. Eric J is with us, excited for this one. Eric, you know, Eric's my buddy. I appreciate you and your support. We got Chance with us. Is that this is going to be a good one, Chance? The same thing with you. I appreciate your support and sharing my content, man. You and Mark's probably the only two that really share my content religiously, and I appreciate you guys so much. Zay, it's all about New Wave Wrestling. Let's start with you. Let's start with you right now. Memphis Wrestling. You and the Gun Show. Now, you've been trying to wrestle this Memphis Heritage title away from the Gun Show for a few months now. Talk to me about this, man. Are we going to get that belt in the New Wave?
So the whole process about it is, yeah, we're trying to get the belt back to the New Wave where it belongs. And as of right now, me and Brett, we had our final match this past Saturday in a street fight, and I didn't get the job done. But you know, I don't think we're done just yet. We're not going to be done till I say we're done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad, man. Talk to me about your return to Memphis Wrestling. You were kind of gone for a little bit, and then you came back, and boom, all of a sudden, you and AaRON's back together. Denzel's with y'all. Justin Case is there. The New Wave is formed. Talk to me a little bit about the New Wave and the formation of it, Zay.
All right. So the whole formation, like when I was taking that time off, it was more like me trying to get myself back together. You know, I felt like things needed to change, and that was the whole word change. What we was built off of when we started the group. And when me and AaRON had got together, and Justin had, you know, threw his sense in about how he felt, then we had found somebody else to come along with us. We knew all of us together we could be unstoppable. And the whole thing was to make a change. The same old stuff that people been seeing, it's time for it to get away and go. It's a new wave now, and we that new wave.
Man, when I seen that first promo, that first interview y'all did for on Memphis Wrestling, man, I thought, I like this, man. A lot of guys, here's the thing. Over the years, numerous different people have tried this. You know, we're the new thing, we're pushing out the old, and we're ushering in the new, the modern. And I've never believed it, but when I seen that first interview, I believed what you guys said, man, and I was behind it 100% from that point forward.
Well, the difference in us, Buster, is we didn't just talk about it. That's what we're doing right here, right now. We're finna be about it. We're living it.
Right.
Making the changes what we're doing. This ain't just for us. It's for the future of pro wrestling.
AaRON, let's talk to you for a second. Speaking of the future of pro wrestling, man, WrestleMania weekend, you was in Las Vegas. Had 2 tournament matches. One you came up a little short in, but the last one, Man, you won. I checked out both matches. You look fucking good out there, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. You fit with every one of those guys. Talk to us a few minutes about actually getting to go to Las Vegas and being a part of this tournament, man. This ID tournament to crown the first ever male ID prospect champion.
Man, it was a great experience, man. And to pull the curtain back a little bit, we got an Airbnb with like 10 of us, right? 10 of the ID dudes. And it was like myself, Swipe Right, a couple other people. And man, that bonding experience with the crew that you know is gonna be the next crew there, that was cool. But when it came to those matches, bro, like I don't know, nobody really knows this, but I tore my AC joint in the first one.
Ooh,
So I worked the whole second one with a torn AC joint. With something to prove.
Man, I tell you what, you proved something, man. Both matches were really good. Second match, man, you were all over. I can't remember who you wrestled now.
That was Jordan Oasis in the second one. The first one, it was a triple threat against
Triple
Atticus
threat.
Kogar and Ice Williams.
So talk about that triple threat for a minute. Where did you tear your rotator cuff, man?
Man, it was my AC joint, but it was that final move I took from Atticus Kogar, that headlock driver. I just came down a little crazy on my shoulder, and that's all it needed. It's a lot of weight landing on that shoulder.
Well, and that right there lets people know. It shows people, man. I mean, accidents happen. You can get hurt doing this stuff. You can get hurt at any time doing this, man. A little bit of a wrong landing, someone land on you. You can get injured doing this. So talk to me about the intestinal fortitude of having that second match with this injury already.
Well, I tell you, I went into that match hyped up on icy hot and ibuprofen, bro. That's all it was. I mean, you can notice it. At least I can notice it in that match. Right after, like pretty much right after it starts, it becomes like a one-arm fight. But I tried my best to just fight through it, man. It sucked. Like I could barely put a shirt on or take a shirt off, and like I just had my first match back last night with ZAY in a tag match. Like I took 2 weeks off, for this thing to heal up, and it still ain't 100%, but my motion's back and my strength's coming back in it. I've been able to do some push-ups on it now, move a little bit of weight, so I'm feeling good.
Talk about how you felt being in the ring with these guys, man.
It just felt natural, to be honest. I feel like my whole life I told myself I'm gonna be a WWE superstar. I'm gonna be a WWE Hall of Famer. This is just the next step to it. Like it doesn't really make me that nervous because it's just destined to happen.
Man, I seen here 2 weeks ago, you picked up a big win on Memphis over Jackson Drake.
Yes, sir.
So you're knocking these ID guys off one by one there, Aaron.
One by one, bro. I told him like, you can come to me or I can go to you. Either way, it ain't gonna be pretty for him.
I mean, but what you expect though? If they get in the ring, what you expect? You know
That's what I'm saying.
So Zay, let me ask you this question. I've asked his brothers, his daddy, I've asked Rocker. I'm gonna ask you, man, what was your thoughts when you were let in on the fact that Aaron got the ID deal?
It was more just being excited for him, like the brother thing, like that's not a word we just throw around. Like we have that bond for real, like brothers. So like we grew by each other like from 13, not necessarily being in the same place, but being around each other from growing up then to becoming a tag team and all that. Like you always want to see your guy eat, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything that he's worked for and earned, I mean, he deserves, I most definitely would say, like, honestly, I believe he's one of the best wrestlers in the world.
I appreciate that, bro.
There you go, right there, man. That's how you guys should be. That's how your boys should be to you, man. They should be happy for you when you have success, man.
And I ain't selfish with it either. Like I'm gonna toot my own horn, but I'm trying my best to make sure everybody gets to eat.
Yeah.
Like I ain't just running off with it. I'm trying to bring it back to the city. Trying to put everybody on game, but you got to step up or get stepped over.
Right. Hey, it's slowly but surely, Aaron. Slowly but surely. The further you make it in and the higher up the ladder you get, the more clout and the more pull you're going to have to help pull people up. People that deserve to be pulled up, man. So look, guys, new wave. Taking over Memphis wrestling, taking over wrestling around the Mid-South area. Now y'all are branching out into training future superstars. Talk to me a few minutes about the decision to actually start a wrestling school.
Man, it's a passion I've always had, helping other people train. Like from the time I broke in, like I wanted to be in the ring with whoever I could be in the ring with. And if I knew something they didn't know, I had to teach them it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a passion for me. And it just so happened that both of our schedules worked out in a better way that we can make something happen, something we've been talking about for a long time. We finally got the opportunity to do it, and we finally got some clout to pull it off.
Look, we got Mark McGee back with us. He said we're going to see WWE Aaron Roberts trading cards and figures within the next few years. I hope so, dude.
That's
I'm
gonna be
I'm I'm
collectible too.
I'm dying for that, man. I can't wait, dude. I hope so. I'm ready to see you debut on NXT, man.
Me too,
Actually,
bro.
actually, there's part of me that feels like, man, if the right opportunity comes up, I think you might could even bypass NXT. Every time I watch Raw or SmackDown, and there's always a moment where somebody's fixing to come out, and I'm always thinking, man, I hope this is Aaron, man. This would be the perfect time for it to be Aaron to pop out here on the main roster, man, big time.
Man, that would be super dope. But right now, I'm just focused on getting it to Evolve. Once if I can make my mark on Evolve, brother, it ain't no question about me getting NXT.
Well, do you have any idea when you might make Evolve? Because I watch it every week too.
It's just
Uh,
hard work, bro. I just gotta keep working. When I get the call, I gotta be ready. That's all I can say.
And that's all you can do. Be ready when they call, man. I feel like you're ready. Get your injury healed up good, man, and get right back on track like you were. So talk to me about this wrestling school. Now, as far as I understand, y'all are going to have this. The home of it's going to be Trenton, Tennessee at the TIWF Sportsplex. So talk to us about that relationship. How did y'all come to Zay? I know when I had you on last time, you had just became partners in TIWF. So did you have any pull? Did you pull any strings to kind of make this happen? If not, how did it come about, guys?
At the time that we decided, I didn't have any strings to pull by then because I do not have the company no more. Thanks to my brother, my real brother, Brian.
Bro, Brian sucks.
Yeah,
Let's just be honest.
I lost everything because of him. But when we had talked about it, of course, there was plenty of places we could have went, to do the training school at. And it was just him, being the bigger man, like, just put it to the side for one time, just talk to Randy, see what he think about it.
Bury the hatchet, man. Let's make this business better all together.
And
One step at a time.
I ain't got a lot of nice things said about Randy, but he was smart enough to catch on to what we was putting down. And he see that the future needs to change. He sees that there's a lot of unseen talent that haven't been put out there yet. And he's more than proud to be in relationship with us to have this building to push them guys and elevate them higher.
Right. Look, Mark wants a T-shirt, Aaron. Mark's
Just hit me
already
up,
waiting
Mark.
for a T-shirt, man.
Hit me up,
You got-
Mark. I got you, bro.
You got to accept that friend request and then hit that cash out, dude. You know what I mean? So I think TIWF, I think that was a smart move. Right here, right in the heart of West Tennessee, where both you guys are from. Easy for you to get to. Easy for a lot of local guys, aspiring wrestlers to get to here. Rings always set up from most of the time, always stay set up from what I know. So how often do you guys plan on running classes? How many times a week?
So we're gonna have our beginners classes every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. We're gonna have an open ring and promo class on Wednesday. That's for more advanced people that have been in the business, people that want to sharpen their tools. They come see us on Wednesdays. And that's only $10 a pop. But our beginners classes will be Tuesday and Thursday. And of course, when we happen to be booked at TIWF, we'll be running a class on a Saturday. If we're not at TIWF, we'll be taking some of our students on the roads with us.
So there's a lot of opportunity here for aspiring wrestlers, man. It ain't just come in, pay us some money, and we'll show you how to wrestle. I mean, y'all are doing more than that. I like the idea about the promo class. Just for the class alone, how does it work? Because when I was trained, I'd go to the USWA school every Sunday, sometimes on a Wednesday, ever so often, mainly on Sundays. And if I'm remembering right, I want to say we paid at the time $20 a pop for 2 to 3 hours of training. So how are people how's this gonna work out? Is it a flat fee or is it
like I said, with the advanced class on the Wednesday, it'll be $10, and you have the choice of either hopping in the in ring with Zay or coming into the locker room with me and working on promos. Of course, if you're not next up on a promo, you can spend that time in the ring, and we'll just make it happen. But it's only $10 a person. You just said you spent 20, and that was way back when inflation and all that, and you only paying 10 now.
So 10's for the class period, no matter what,
Yes,
whether it's your
10 on that Wednesday.
Yeah, 10 on that Wednesday for the advanced people. For the people who just wanted to get in, we do have a deposit that starts at $250. You pay a $250 deposit, and that's for us to know that you are serious because we are both fathers. The
Right.
time we are away from the house, we doing things here that's taking time away from our kids. So once we know that you for real, that first week will be free. Just let you get your feet wet. After that, you will pay 100 every 2 weeks.
That's
And
for
what-
our beginners.
That's for the beginners.
So is this 100? Does that lead to a payoff amount? Is there a total amount that once these guys, or is it just 100 every 2 weeks? Period.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with every 2 weeks because everybody progresses at a different time.
Right.
Once
Right.
once we come to a conclusion, between the two of us, that the agreement that this person is ready, and then we move to the next step, and that payment will be not necessary anymore. But everybody moves at a different rate, so I don't want to say we're doing a 6-week class or we're doing a 6-month class because who knows?
Right.
We're not just gonna be taking people's money to be taking it either.
Right.
And I like the idea of pay as you go. That's the one thing I liked about the way I was trained because, look, at the time, it was in Nashville. I lived in Helena. 8 hours one way there, and that's back when it was 55. Now you could probably make that drive in 5.5 hours, maybe 6, but back then it was 8 solid hours.
That's still a long drive.
Each way, but you wasn't obligated. If something happened and you couldn't make the class, you wasn't out nothing, wasn't nobody mad at you. You just showed back up the next week and kind of picked up where you left off.
Right.
I like that. So talk to us about, let's just take the beginners, Zay, since it sounds like you're going to be doing more of the in-ring training.
Mm-hmm.
Take me through what a beginner's like scratch. They don't know nothing about wrestling whatsoever the first day. Kind of take me through a little bit of what these guys are going to be going through, what y'all are going to be having them do on their first day.
Oh, well, they might as well expect a lot of cardio and running. That's going to be the first thing.
There you go.
Because this sport or entertainment, however you want to look at it, is something that we take serious. So you have to be in shape to do this. Before you try to learn any moves, you're going to be in shape. That's the way I look at it. That's why I want to build from it. From being in shape, then we move on to the in-ring things, maybe like the bumps there, then running the ropes, progress like that.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, people don't realize it. In-ring wrestling shape is a whole lot different. You can ride a life cycle, or you can spend an hour on a step master. Not quite the same thing as 20 minutes in a wrestling ring, man, because you're up, down, if you like me and Aaron, 400-pound guys, every time we go down and get up, takes a lot of effort, man. So ring conditioning is truthfully the most important part of being a professional wrestler. You ain't even got a chance if you can't breathe. You can be the best promo, you can have the best look and the best gimmick, and if you get out there and every 2 minutes you're blowed up, none of that's worth anything if you can't breathe in the ring.
No, sir.
So, Aaron, you're going to be working on the promos with the guys.
Yeah, it'll be a team effort through the whole thing. On those Wednesdays, we'll split it up a little bit more. But with our beginners, we're both going to be very hands-on. But yeah, I do find a passion and digging into who somebody is and helping them figure out how to portray that,
Yeah, man, I think that would be perfect, man. I like the idea that y'all are, because like when they took us in, they basically trained us just to wrestle. They didn't smarten us up. There wasn't no promo classes. Once you got good enough and you were ready for ring time, you had to kind of learn everything else in the ring from that point on, live action. They didn't take you aside and cut promos with you, nothing like that. And I like this new modern way of doing stuff because, man, it gives these trainees a leg up. Because here's the thing. Back when I started, there was more work going on. You got to work more so you could learn quicker on the job. Sometimes it's probably, back then was quicker just to learn on the job because that crowd's there. You make a mistake, it's instant. You know it. you know. But nowadays, guys just don't get to work that often, so they need this extra tutelage and this extra stuff. So talk to me about the thought when y'all started deciding you were going to do this. Did y'all get together and kind of come up with what these classes and the different things y'all were going to teach people and train them in?
You know, it wasn't that hard for us to come to an agreement. Like, we have a pretty parallel sense of what we think good wrestling is and what we know about this business. And that's pretty much where it starts. Like, I know the way he moves, he knows the way I move, and that's just how it works. We don't have to sit down and say, "Oh, well, this is actually how I think you should take a bump, and this is how I think you should take a bump," because everybody's got their own flavor with things, but there's a million ways to do it, and all of them can be right. So it's a team effort on everybody in here, and everybody gets a different experience. And it's not just going to be us coaching. Like, later on, we're going to be bringing in guest coaches, and we're going to be trying to reach out to other schools and have coaches from other schools, and we go to their school, and we want to make this a full team unit for all across West Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that, man. I like the fact that you're not just getting them trained and sending them out there. Like you said in the beginning, man, they're going to be able to, you're going to help them get shows, help them get on cards, help them learn the actual business. Because that's, a lot of times, that's the hardest part about the wrestling business. It ain't all, if you're pretty athletic, most of the time you can pick up the in-ring, but it's the behind the scenes figuring out how this business actually works that eats a lot of people up, man. It eats them up instantly because it's not the business that you envision it is. Thinking that you're a wrestler and it just the only thing that counts is what I can do in the ring. No, there's an etiquette, there's a pecking order, there's all kind of these unwritten rules that go along with professional wrestling that you do not know until you're in the business. And it's good to have guys like you guys, experienced guys who kind of been there and done that. And maybe if you got guys who are willing to listen, help them not make a lot of the mistakes that maybe you guys did. Or like me, I made every mistake in the book, guys. Every single one, I made them. It surprised me that I'm still in the wrestling business. I shit you not, my first couple of years, I felt like I was about to get blackballed completely out,
hey, sometimes some people, they have a mouth. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to talk back. But I'm not gonna point no fingers.
Hey, that wasn't it with me. It was just in ring stuff and just the etiquette, man. The handshaking stuff.
Yeah.
It took me a few minutes to kind of fall in line with the game. And what I tell a lot of young people is everybody young gets in the wrestling business and they think they can change it. The idea is I want to change this business, but honestly, you need to learn the field you're playing on and learn how to play it better than anybody else. You're not going to change the wrestling business. You're just not. I've seen too many people try it. I was one. I thought, well, there's so many things that I didn't like about it that, man, I'd like to see changed. At the end of the day, if you don't go along with the program and do this the way it was meant to be done, you'll find your ass right out the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very big possibility. It's a risk to take for sure.
So, Aaron, you've been in ring wrestling since what, 14?
Yes, sir. I debuted when I was 13, actually.
Zay, what about you? When did you debut? How old were you?
The same when I was 13.
So each one of you guys have what, about 12 years experience?
Counting training, yeah.
Yeah, counting training, yeah.
See, that's hard to come by. I remember when Jeff first came back to the WWF after the Double J thing and he left. He wasn't but 30 years old at the time, and he cut an interview and said, where are you at? Where else are you going to find a 30-year-old veteran wrestler who knows the things I do and has been the different places I've been? You're not going to find another 30-year-old that has this kind of experience.
Nice.
It's definitely a benefit.
And I feel like I feel like you guys are right there at the same level on that, man. It's going to be hard pressed to find 25-year-old guys.
24.
24-year-old. Both y'all 24?
Yes, sir.
I'll be 24 and 31st, but I'm close to it.
Well, it's going to be hard to find any guys that young with the kind of experience you guys have, and I feel like that's going to go a long way with your students.
That's all we can hope for. We can't promise you, sunshine and rainbows, but we can promise you what we know and what we've been through and the experience we've learned from.
Right.
So let me ask you this, because you're going to have students come, go. You're going to have some that pop in one class and you never ever see them again. After that first class, they're going to figure out this ain't for me. What happens when you get the guys who a little smart ass, a little big head already, ain't even been in the ring, but they already got a little bit of attitude? How are we going to handle those guys?
Oh, that can easily be fixed.
We ain't. We ain't.
Zay said that like he got a steel toe boot waiting for some asses, man.
We ain't that old school, right? We ain't that old school, but we got our ways around things. We've been those people. We know how it is.
So let me just say this. What you're saying is they might be a problem if you run into that. That's what you're saying, man.
Might be one, but we can get through it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna figure it out.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Is TIWF going to be the permanent home of this thing, or is there a chance we could see it move somewhere else depending on the success of it?
I would love to be so successful that we have to move into another building. You know what I mean? I would love to have multiple locations. I would love to eventually have New Wave School of Wrestling and all over the country. You know what I mean? But right now, TIWF is the home of the New Wave School of Wrestling.
I think you're smart to start right now, capitalize on what's going on. Zay, both you guys are huge parts of Memphis wrestling. You're all over the place now. I mean, you're everywhere. So if you was ever going to capitalize on your notoriety, now's the time.
For sure.
So let me ask you guys this. How long, if you got a guy, because like you said, everybody progresses differently. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest with you, some guys within 3 to 4 months, if they train every training session, a lot of times those guys are ready to go in the ring in 3 to 4 months. Some it might take 6 months. Other people it might take a year. Honestly, some people can train their whole lifetime and really should never make it in the ring. No matter who their trainer is or how good they are. Some guys just don't get it. Do y'all have any idea in your mind about what you feel like a good time frame would be from start to finish for a student? I know everybody's different, but just in you guys' head, when would you like to see your guys go from starting to maybe having their first match? What kind of time frame?
I think that first match, there's different places where you can have that first match, right? There's levels to where you got to get to. I think in maybe 3 to 4 months, they might be ready to start having those first matches. And then, once we start having those first matches, then we continue to learn and get TV ready. And then when we get TV ready, that might be 6 months to a year. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different experience. But like I said, everybody's different. Somebody may come in and be a superstar. You know what I'm saying? They might only have to train 2 or 3 months before we get them in for the first time.
And I like the idea that you guys have access to do stuff with them once they're trained. Like you said, getting ready for your first match is one thing. Getting ready for TV is something totally different.
Absolutely, and we want to be a school that, like, if you can't make it to Memphis Wrestling to learn from Dustin, then you can come to the New Wave and you can learn from us, and we can get you ready to go learn from Dustin. That's a whole different experience. Or you can come to us and you can then get ready to go see Neil at EPW and learn from him and his way of doing television. But there's a whole, you never stop learning professional wrestling. That's just how it is. Like, you're going to keep learning. So, and we'll be happy to hop in the back seat with us anytime we're going somewhere. That's just the way we're going to do it. If you're with us, you're with us. That's how it's going to be.
And that's the best way to learn. That's the quickest way to learn the backstage, the wrestling business. Besides being in the ring, is being in the cars with the guys, riding the road, listening to the stories, listening to whatever. That's how you really learn the business. Hey, you said it, Memphis Wrestling. Man, they have a slew of upcoming young talent, man. It's almost like Dustin's already getting his next generation of guys ready. When you guys are either gone or to the next level or what, it's like he's already getting them ready.
that's a good business model. That's how you have to do it. You know what I mean? You can't expect Hulk Hogan to be there forever, right? You gotta get Stone Cold ready. You can't expect Stone Cold to be there forever. You gotta get your next guy ready.
Man, you don't ever know. You liable to get called and get a contract for Hulk Hogan's new freestyle wrestling gimmick he's doing, man.
I'm good on that. I appreciate that, but I'm good on that.
Even so you ain't even taking Hulk Hogan's phone calls, huh?
Nah, man, I don't fuck with Hulk Hogan like that. I'll be honest with you. But,
Come on, man. You know damn well if that caller ID hit and it said Hulkster on it, you know you'd have to answer it. And look, even if it
I
was just,
answer for sure. I answer, and then when you gotta say what
hey,
you gotta
brother.
say, I hang up on him, brother.
Problem, brother. I see you, man. I got my eyes on you, brother. I need you to come
brother.
down here, man.
Just keep on watching, OG.
So look, guys, let's talk about both of you guys' future for a few minutes. We're already at 35 minutes. I know we got to get out of here earlier than we normally do, but let's talk about the future. Zay, let's start with you first. Obviously, I feel like your main goal is becoming the Memphis Wrestling Heritage Heavyweight Champion right now.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about that, man. How big a goal is that for you?
Right now, it's really the biggest goal, like for myself, that I have right now at this moment is to be Memphis Wrestling Heritage Champion. I have done everything else in Memphis Wrestling since day one. I've been there and I'm still there, but there's only one thing that I've never been or had, and that's the Memphis Wrestling Heritage Champion.
And just think about how sweet it'll be for the first two Grand Slam champions of Memphis Wrestling to be the Young Ghosts, the OGs.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
Let's talk about that for a second, because the Young Goats, one of the hottest tag teams around this area for several years, and then boom, all of a sudden that rift happened. There was a split, and then you guys end up what? How long were y'all split? A couple of years?
I think it was like 2 years, almost to the day. Like it was freakingly close to like
when we first started.
being close. Yeah.
So how did you go from being on opposite sides of the fence to then all of a sudden, boom, man? Now we see y'all back together, and now you're the new wave. The Young Goats is in the past. Now it's the new wave.
Man, just like Zay said when we started, the word change, right? Whenever I became a WWID prospect, I knew I got this area on my shoulders now. Like there's a lot to follow, but I can't do that on my own. So I had to reach out to the one person I knew that can carry that burden with me, and that's Zay Washington. You know what I'm saying? And Zay Washington and Denzel Rollins too. Like Denzel's my guy. With Justin Case in our corner, like we could be unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Denzel, he's hurt right now. He's on the shelf right now. Hopefully one day he'll be back. And we'll make something crazy happen for him. But until then, like we're just gonna keep making change happen.
And brothers fight. You guys
For sure.
have pretty much been around each other since you were kids. So brothers fight sometimes. That's just the way it happens, man. But they always, at the end of the day, it's one thing for you two to fight with each other. It's another thing for an outside entity to come try to jump on either one of you. That's what that right there. You always stick together no matter what's going on between you guys.
Right.
And let's talk about Denzel for a minute, because Denzel's another guy around this area. I don't think Denzel gets the credit he deserves for being as good as he really is inside the ring. I feel like Denzel is one of these hidden gems around our area. How long is it going to be before we see Denzel make his return? Do y'all got any idea?
Man, I don't have a timetable. I can't tell you. That's a Denzel question, right? Denzel, once he got hurt, he's kind of been to himself, and I don't blame him. Like that's a whole experience to go through. So when he's ready, we know the door's open for us anyway.
Yeah, and we all been hurt before, so we understand. You know, sometimes you just need that time alone to be by yourself, just to focus on your rehab. That way, you come back even more dominant than before.
For sure. And just like you said, Denzel, unsung hero, one of the best around. You know, Denzel is a wizard when it comes to technical wrestling. Like, I could not tell you half the things that Denzel could teach you about being on that mat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Denzel's a whole different animal when it comes to that. And hopefully when he's good and ready, he can pop in at the school too.
Mm-hmm.
I was just fixing to ask you that. When he's healed up and ready, I was just going to ask you, is there a chance we see Denzel pop in for a class or two and show some of those students what's going on? You got any other ideas of who, I'm sure you do, of guys that you would kind of like to see y'all bring in for the class?
I'd love to get DK down here once we get these guys to a point, get TK down here to assess them and help us figure out what the next step is for these guys. Because DK will tell you he's not a guy that can hold your hand all the way through the process, but he can come in, he can point out some things, right? And he can help you get there, and then we can clarify what he's trying to tell you. That's his DK way of doing things. He don't really say what he's trying to say.
Yeah, here's the thing. Derek has worked for everybody around this area. All the big promotions that were around this area back in the day, USWA, Power Pro, Corey Macklin's Memphis Wrestling, Ohio Valley. Derek's been everywhere, and he's also done a lot of work for the WWE.
For sure.
Back in the day, he done a lot of heats and velocities and stuff. So he's a perfect example of somebody who can come in and look at your talent and kind of assess and give you an honest opinion of who may be, what he thinks of each one and what he thinks might be their best attributes. Because when I watch guys, I do the same thing. I see guys, I watch you guys' matches and anybody's matches, and man, look, you ain't got to have the perfect match. But a lot of times I'll see guys that the match might be so-so, but I'll see them do a few things, and I'm like, man, if you took that right there, focused on that, and then built from there, this dude could be somebody.
For sure. Somebody else, like whenever the man's free, I'd love to get Dustin started. Like once we get these guys to a point, I'd love to have Dustin pop in. I'd love to have Neil Taylor pop in. I'd love to have a guy like Motley Cruz pop in for a training session. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a bit of a drive for him, but that learning experience is going to be crazy for our students.
And
guys
Dustin,
like Rude,
Yes.
Rude, yes, but Dustin and Neil, I mean, if you see a class and you see where Dustin or Neil's going to be there, you better show your ass up, because those are the two guys around here right now that if you want to make it to TV, these are the guys.
That's where you want to work. You want to work for EPW. You want to work for Memphis Wrestling. That's just how it is.
And you want to be on their radar as quick as possible, too. You want to at least have seen you and know who you are a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So women, are we going to be training women?
Absolutely,
if we get women?
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. And there's no difference in how a man trains versus how a woman trains. This is professional wrestling. It's all the same.
I love that. I love that right there. When I was a kid, women's wrestling was different. A lot of times back then, women worked the right side of the body like the Mexicans do. They did. They worked the right side. I guess because maybe back then, maybe the promoters didn't want it to look like the men's. So
I just don't think they cared the way they wrestled back then. I think that was a totally different experience back then. Women's wrestling now is women's wrestling. It's not some sideshow experience. Like, you got to take it as serious as the man's got to take it, and most of them are doing that these days.
Oh yeah, the women, man, a lot of times they're having better matches than a lot of the guys are. To be honest with you, they're still in the show a lot of times. And there's a lot of them out there. I'd love to see you guys get a few girls in there and train them, because we've got girls around here, but I'm feeling like now we need a few more. We need a little bit of new
crop for sure.
New blood in the female circuit, just to reinvigorate it a little bit. I mean,
and for the ladies that are already wrestling, like I said, Wednesday nights we've got open ring. It's time to sharpen your skills, or you're gonna get stepped over.
That's it, man. Well, let me ask you this. I know this is for aspiring wrestlers, but if you got young wrestlers that want to come pay the money to get in the class and work out, are y'all open for that?
For sure. If you want to do the Tuesdays and Thursdays class, you're more than welcome to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You'll be paying the same prices our beginners are paying, and you'll be learning you'd be doing the same things that they're learning. You might be lucky and be in a class with some people that are progressing quick enough to get to the level you were at. And, we might be able to spend the extra time with you. But if you just want to pop in on those Wednesdays, that's the day to do it. If you're missing a Wednesday, you're missing an opportunity. Tuesdays and Thursdays, completely forgivable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's completely understood. But if you are wasting, if you're doing something, $10, bro, you go to McDonald's and get a meal for $10. Yeah. To take the next step in your career, bro.
Right, you can barely get a meal for $10 at McDonald's, man.
Exactly, we're cheaper than McDonald's.
Hey, me and you can't eat at McDonald's for $10, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. My McDonald's meal now is $20 minimum at least, dude. I'll just be honest with you.
A large sweet tea.
So look, guys, Zay, let's talk to you first. What you got coming up here in the near future, man? Besides the New Wave Wrestling School, talk to me about any shows or anything you might have coming up.
Well, I have something else big coming here soon with Memphis Wrestling. I don't want to get in too much detail with it, but stay tuned. Watch me on Memphis Wrestling. There's something coming real soon. And we also got a couple of dates booked out for a couple of months to go to Illinois and do some things with 01. Really enjoyed my time there. Actually, just got back there from last night. Had a good match. But that right now, that's pretty much all I'm focused on, just doing some shows here and there on the weekend and throughout the week, trying to make these students better and at the same time, learn myself. Because like you said, you never stop learning. And I was always told when you're in this business and you do stop learning, it's time to quit.
Time to go. Man, I know more about you than you think I do, Zay, man. I talked to your dad. Every show I go to that he comes to, me and your dad, me and your dad have a little conversation pretty much every single time, man. Every single time that I see him, we have a conversation, and he loves wrestling apparently because he goes to all the shows, man.
Really? He the one who taught me how to wrestle.
He goes to every one.
You tell you've been a wrestler. What he said? You've been a wrestler with Mo Yards or something.
He told me.
Hey, I'd rather flip than push the lawnmower, man. You know what I mean? So, Aaron, what about you, man? I mean, we know you're
this weekend. This weekend, May 17th, we got AAW in Chicago. May 18th, Memphis Wrestling. May 24th, I'm in another show in Illinois. You know what it is. Another show in Illinois. Then we'll be back in town, just focusing on this stuff at the school. And then June 8th, I'm flying out to Long Island for the next WWE show. So
is it another tournament matchup or what?
Yes, sure. We're going to have another tournament matchup. These first rounds are double elimination until we get down to the final 6. I'm 1-1 right now, so I got to fight for my life, and I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, don't make me throw something at my TV, man. I'm going to be honest with you. You got to win this tournament, man. If not, I'm going to end up spending about $700 on a new TV because I feel like I'm definitely going to throw something at this mug, man.
Man, all I'm saying, whoever's standing across from you better hope it's your first loss because else you're getting eliminated because I will not go down in this tournament. I promise you that.
So let me ask you this. I had Justin Case on a couple months ago, and we were talking about, I don't know if it was both of y'all. I know it was you, Aaron, but you were going somewhere to have a tag match against 2 women. They were the champions. Did this match take place?
Yeah, we had that match, and we actually had a rematch for that last night, like at 01. Ray Victoria and Brittany, her tag team partner, Killer Cakes is what they go by. At 01, they're the 01 tag team champions. You know what I'm saying? So if we want the tag team gold up there, we got to go through the ladies. It is what it is.
Well, talk to me about that for a second, because I felt like, man, especially you in the position you're in, I felt like that was a real good matchup because it lets the people in the know see you in a different light. It's one thing to be in there working with the other guys, big guys like yourself, but you're in here working with these 2 ladies. How was the match? What's y'all's thoughts about working these 2 women?
I thought the first one went decent, and the one we had last night, I thought it was much better. Yeah, I feel like we got our footing with how the dynamic should work. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to really understand where we go there. You know what I mean? What to do, what not to do, kind of thing.
Y'all heels or baby faces in this match?
Hey, bro, what do you think?
I mean, I know you a heel everywhere. Zay, you kind of a toss-up.
I'm the problem man, Roberts. That's how it is. I am me, damn. Regardless, I am me.
So what was the most important thing during these matches with these ladies that y'all kind of had to keep in mind, maybe to not do? Because here's one thing I feel like. Even as a heel, if I was wrestling,
I hit that lady, she's done for it.
There you go. Even as a heel, I feel like if it was me, I'm going to be more of pulling her hair, lifting her up, talking trash to her. I'm not going to haul off and hit her with a punch because I just don't. I mean, it should be over then. It should be over then.
For sure. Yeah, we're on the same page. We're very like now I don't say old school, but we're old school in that mindset. And like, I'm 400 pounds. This lady is not 400 pounds. You know what I'm saying? She can't take a full on right hand from Aaron Roberts, but maybe if I give her a suplex, she can kick out. She might still have some fight in her.
Instead of punching me, just run and get a clothesline. You know what I'm saying?
Smush her.
And here's the thing: I've always felt like with women, when you got a man wrestling a woman, you're gonna get more mileage and more heat of more humiliating type of stuff. Like I said, when she's on her knees, just take your foot and kind of kick her back down, grab her by the back of the head and jerk her head back, look in her face and tell her, hey, don't get in a man's spot. Take her into the turnbuckle, stuff like that.
Don't try to do 3 to fit Finleys. You know what I'm saying? They might flip over and get the knees up, and that is not a good experience.
I hear you. So it sounds like
last night.
So it sounds like you might be in a little pain here today, Aaron.
Yeah, my voice is a little higher today. I don't really have quite the explanation for that.
At least you ain't gonna admit to that, huh? You ain't gonna admit to that.
I would never do something like that personally. I would never be caught lacking like that. Well, I did want to hit that lady with that chair though. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, speaking of the chair.
I didn't hit you with the chair. Somebody else hit you with the chair. Buster, tell them it was somebody else.
Man, that's what I was finna ask you. Is there anywhere we can see some of this footage or see the matches?
I think they're planning on uploading the show to their Patreon. I think you subscribe to their Patreon for $5 a month.
And it's 01?
01 USA, yes sir.
Okay. Yeah, man. Look, I'm sitting there going through Triller, man, and I'd never done nothing with Triller before over WrestleMania weekend. I got that 7-day free trial, like y'all said about the first class. It's free. Y'all running that free trial, man. And shit, I watch more wrestling over them 7 days than I have in forever, man.
Triller, IWTV, like if you get those 2 apps, you're living on wrestling, bro. That's all you need.
Yeah, man, they had everything, dude. And I've used my free trial. I didn't take out the subscription, but next year during WrestleMania weekend, I'm gonna take out the subscription for sure. Yeah, I thought it was really, really pretty cool, man. GCW ring, did they just use the same ring for every one of these different shows, pretty much?
Yeah, all the GCW shows, they was in the same building from fucking our show Wednesday at 4 or at 5:30 when it started to I think it was Sunday night after WrestleMania. Like the ring was there. There was pretty much a match happening at all times.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me, man. I seen some of the shows wasn't starting until midnight or 1 o'clock even.
Yeah, for sure. Like the Joey Janela's
Spring Break.
Spring Break went on 8 o'clock on Friday night. We went head to head against that. That was poor timing in our choice. But like the Saturday Joey Janela show, the clusterfuck, it started at midnight and it went to like 4 a.m. And it was like 2 matches.
Sounds like some of the shows that's around here are used to be, man. Moondog will start a show back in the day at 8:15, and I swear, man, you'd still be waiting to get paid at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, man. Yeah. Man, I got to get the hell out of here,
Yeah, so I talk to Moondog.
So look, guys, before we get out of here, plug anything each one of y'all want to plug, and let's plug this wrestling school. Days, when, whatever y'all need to plug, guys.
Yeah, for sure. You can follow me on my social medias at either the Aaron Roberts or Aaron Roberts _01. Also follow me on Facebook, Aaron Roberts. That's where Facebook and Twitter is pretty much where my majority of things are going. So make sure you're watching all that stuff.
You can find me on Instagram at the real Zay Washington 1. Or on X or Facebook or anything else at ZAY Washington 1. And also the school, the location of it, everybody knows TIWF, but if you're looking for the address is 405 West 1st Street, Trenton, Tennessee.
And like we said earlier, we're going to have classes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesdays is open for anybody. It's only $10 a pop. Come learn wrestling. Come learn promos. Come with ideas, and I will help. We will help you figure these things out and progress your career to the next step. Like I said, you can follow us on Facebook at the New Wave School of Wrestling, or you can hit us on email, newwavesow@gmail.com for more information.
Guys, it sounds great, man. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on. Man, I'm rooting for you guys all the way around, from the wrestling school to your wrestling careers. I'm rooting for you guys hard and heavy, guys. And I want to thank both of y'all once again for coming on.
Thank you for having us. And
all right.
Happy Mother's Day to all the women.
Yeah, from your mom's favorite tag team.
There you go, your mom's favorite tag team. All right, guys, y'all have a great night.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all, you seen it right there, the New Wave. Not only are they the dominant faction in Memphis wrestling, but they also now are contributing to the future of professional wrestling around our area. Be sure, if you're an aspiring pro wrestler, check out the New Wave. Go to AaRON's Facebook or whatever, Zay's Facebook. I'm sure you can probably hit TIWF Facebook page up and find out information for the New Wave Wrestling School there. This is a place to go. I'm not big on plugging wrestling trainers in schools because a lot of times I don't feel like maybe some of the guys training should be training, but these guys have my 100% approval. These guys are young and they've been in this business 12 years. They growed up in it, a lot of experience. If you want to train to be a good professional wrestler, maybe even a great professional wrestler, go check out New Wave. All right, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, interacting with us, and tuning in. You know I got to plug these podcasts one more time, and then I'm going to let y'all guys get out of here.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you. Choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back.
I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that.
I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back.
I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad.
And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad.
All right, guys, be sure to check out each and every one of those podcasts. Like this video, share this video, go to Buster H.R. Johnson on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. That right there is the most important thing, guys. Go subscribe to my channel. Help me grow this thing. We want to keep this thing going, keep these guests coming on. Go subscribe to my channel and help me grow. Once again, I want to thank AaRON and Zay. Zay Washington, not Roberts. Let's get this straight. I can't believe I did that in the opening. I want to thank those guys for coming on, giving us their time. I want to thank each and every one of you guys and girls for tuning in and giving us your time. I'm back Wednesday night, with MCW's DJ Cash, 7 p.m. Don't miss it. Until then, guys, y'all take it easy.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past.
And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.